What's up, everybody? I'm Joe, and we're here with friends. It's not on the air with Joe and Blair right now. It's on the air with Joe and Derek and Eli.
Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I'm back again.
Yeah, they're back. They've been on the show. You guys might know them. We got Ball Bunyan and Spare Texas in the. Oh, it's bad. Hold on. The stream's dropping frames right now. Is that me? Same. It's bad.
It's bad.
Is it bad?
How bad is it?
Is it really bad? Is it like we should?
Is it like do-over bad?
Quick.
Hold on, let me look on here real quick. Just to
Yeah, go ahead and load that up and see.
hold on, false start. Hold on.
Video's bad. Really, really
False
bad.
start, my G's. Audio's good. Okay. So it's a talk show tonight.
All right, hold on. Let me fix this real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hopefully that's fixed.
Round 2.
At least in OBS, it looks like it's fixed. I don't know. You guys reminds me of all that computer games. Hell yeah, Texas.
Know, right?
Is it good?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Let us know. We'll probably pop up. We'll be halfway through a conversation. Like, still shit.
Still shit. Yeah. Well, you know what? Shit happens. Okay, so they've been throttling us. You know.
Good.
Oh, nice. There we go.
I see it.
We're good.
It's funny because now we actually have a laptop to see what we're
That's
doing.
my pink
Cool.
rose gold
I know
computer.
it's nice to have like that active update.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Okay, so guys, I don't know how many people we got in the chat, but as you can tell, the title of this video is Black Lives Matter. If you've been living under a rock, you definitely know what's been going on. And then last week we did not do a show to be a part of the Blackout. Is it the whole week that was Blackout, or was it just the day?
It was Blackout Tuesday, so just Tuesday was supposed to be no social media posts, post a black square for your thing, and actually that apparently started on 4chan. But anyways,
it started on 4chan?
Yep, 4chan started it to like see who was susceptible, just to kind of post whatever it took, like to see who would just do it because they were told to. Mm-hmm. So 4chan started to see how many, quote unquote, from what I read from the article, how many sheeple they could get to do it. And then realistically, like it was actually like a good movement. I think it was actually like well done.
Fucking 4chan.
But it was supposed to be started as a troll, and then I actually I like where it went. Like I like how it ended up working. So
I didn't know it was all that.
Yeah.
I just thought people just posting black squares.
The scum of the internet created a powerful movement.
No, like,
right?
I thought it was something else. I was on TikTok the whole time.
Right? Yeah, no.
And so, in talking about this, as you guys can tell, we were kind of talking about it earlier. I think I hear the audio in the background, but we got Blair's not here. Blair is in Omaha, but we got him on Zoom. To chime in. And,
can't escape us, Blair. We will find you.
Him. So, hold on 1 second. Let's zoom him in.
You can run 3,000 miles away, and we'll bring you back. Ooh, looking good.
Hold up.
Ball button.
Is that a webcam?
Not kidding though. What doesn't start on 4chan? Pretty much everything that we're doing right now.
Okay, we're going to Zoom. Holy shit!
And then it zooms away.
Oh,
y'all see him?
Yo, Blair, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
That's a nice.
Yes,
puzzle.
I can.
What's up? How's Omaha, dude?
It's whatever, bro.
Omaha, Nebraska.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
Looking like Todd Smith.
Yes, or Tay Diggs, you know.
Todd Smith is
like,
LL Cool J. Just let y'all know.
How's it feel not to be on the couch?
Thank you. I needed that. I really did.
It feels different because you know it's the couch, it's the casting couch. So a lot of great movies were made there.
Nice. I like the room you're in. But back to the topic. So, Black Lives Matter. A lot of stuff has been happening in the past week.
Yeah. True.
I guess let's start with Blair. What's been going through your mind?
Yeah, a lot of things, man. It's a lot to deal with, a lot of things that are going on, and it really, really sucks. I mean, like you said, we didn't talk about it last week, so my brain capacity where it was last week was more like, you know, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. But like now I'm so kind of stressed out and everything that a lot of people, there's some people that keep trying to bring it up, and I'm just kind of like, man, you know, I'm just trying to mentally take a little break right now. I even called my mom the other day and was trying to get some clarity and some, you know, about all of this, because she grew up in that, you know, that time where, not saying that racism is not a problem now, but where racism and segregation was like at its peakest, at least my opinion, and what she had to go through. And so what she was like giving me some information about really kind of made me understand a little bit more too. One of the things that's kind of an issue is like, what's interesting, I saw an Instagram post where someone had mentioned about, it was this black lady in this, I think she was white, but I think her religion was Islamic. I believe so, but I'm assuming the video kind of already like you can tell there were some conversations before, so it was like starting in the middle. And she was trying to tell the lady, they weren't arguing or necessarily or beefing or anything like that, but she was trying to let her know that your culture, your religion is more talked about in education than Black history. And you and your background, like, no offense, like, you guys are not from America. And it was like interesting. She was just pointing out the fact that, you know, Black people, this is our home, not saying that it's not home to anyone else, but the fact that, you know, we were slaves for 400 years. And when you look at the in like what's talked in history classes and stuff, they don't really talk too much about Black history too much. There was another video I saw about New York Central Park, and it was actually on TikTok. And this white chick was talking about how Central Park used to be run by African Americans. They had their own little community, like their cemetery, all that, and yada yada yee. And I guess the white people feared them growing, so they went in there and was like, no, like shut it down, and then that became Central Park. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's what I got from the video.
It was essentially a refugee camp that apparently had grown into like a small civilization where they're really building it up, and like they were starting to make progress and really like turning it into its own borough. And then that got shut down real quick because there's a long history of racism in this country. Apparently, I don't know. I'm just now learning about it.
Wait, what?
Apparently, like it's a new thing, I guess, according to some people. But no, and in all seriousness, it's like stuff like that. It's really truly like disheartening. And then you still have people who are like almost like denying this stuff happens, and it's like, but there's facts and evidence out there that exist that show this stuff is happening. And then you have the other people who are arguing that racism is almost dead. The only thing keeping it alive is the people who are talking about it. It's like, nah. How far disconnected from like city life do you have to be like racism is almost dead as being that just means you're not anywhere near it to see it.
I guess that's kind of that's one thing I want to kind of dive into, because like we could go through like police brutality, a bunch of other things, but I kind of want to hone in on like what from like birth to somebody being racist, like what makes them racist. Is it like the town they grew up in? Is it their family? Like I kind of want to get some other even people in the comments opinions. I see Bob Bunyan's. Yeah, I remember that shit from English class in school. Here was American Black History education. Yeah. But yeah, Eli, what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna say there's one thing that Tyler the Creator said. It was that really got my attention. He said this is like an example. Like for example, like if you go on the news and you see that you see news about dogs biting people all the time. There's nothing but news about biting people, dogs biting people all the time. And that's all you see on the news. And then when you see a dog, the first thing you're going to think, oh, that dog is about to bite me. Mm-hmm. And so you got to like, it makes you think like, are people really like, are they really like racist? Or is that something that they, like the stuff that's happening on TV, is that something that they see all the time? Like what if they see like, okay, so
implicit bias, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it just makes you think like stuff like that. But I think that everything that's happening right now, it's like there's beauty in all the chaos, because
definitely
a lot
because finally getting awareness.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of us try to be peaceful about it and everything. And that wasn't working. But when I say there's beauty in the chaos, that now like the whole world is like protesting now, and the whole world is like down with the movement and everything. And now we're finally seeing some changes and everything. That makes you think like, yeah, Trump being elected was bad, but like we got some good out of it. Like imagine what happened if he didn't get elected and this didn't happen.
I see what you're saying.
Like there was almost a necessary level of tension that had to build up before another snap could happen.
Yeah, there's like this
darkest before the dawn.
Exactly. Some things happen for a reason, and you got to see the beauty in the chaos and everything. But it's been a weird week. Has good and bad. And this month has had it good and bad.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's beauty in the chaos.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly on that. And I guess one thing I was kind of thinking of earlier that speaking of the whole Trump vibe is people being very very defensive is like you're racist, and then quickly they're like, no, I'm not racist. I'm the most racist person you've ever known in your life.
Yeah.
And then I think. And even we were kind of talking about how this is the year of fuck it. Mm-hmm. And then I was also talking to Mike on the other podcast, and he's like, yeah, this is the year for shamefulness. And at first I was like, what? Mm-hmm. But then kind of thinking about it after a while, I'm like, no, it's just taking in your vulnerability and actually thinking about if somebody calls you out on something, instead of being putting up that wall, being like, no, fuck you. Actually taking a second and be like, wait, why? And actually asking wait, what did I say to get to this point, and actually kind of realization. So I guess for that, making this kind of everything aware, and people, at least white people, being more shameful. Mm-hmm. I know it's a weird word for it, but
a weird way to put it, but you're not wrong.
But it's being vulnerable. Just fucking listen, man. Yeah. This is what I can say.
And as long as
I want to add is that a lot of it comes from from the families, because no one gets born in this world and just instantly be racist. You don't goo goo gaga and say, I hate black people. Yeah. So that in order to, racism will always be something that, sadly enough, it will probably always be around. There's really no way to truly get rid of it. But one of the many things to start is, at least in the homes, at least actually educate your kids from the get-go.
Yeah, and Paul Bunyan actually said he thinks it's education in the way you teach kids to process information and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're going to take time to teach your kids a different language, then take that time to actually educate them. So, as they're growing up, learning that new language, they're also learning about the history of, their peers that they're going to be around in school and stuff like that. Because what you learn in your families, kids tend to apply that to the people that they're around and growing up in schools. So they take what they see, sadly enough, it sucks that sometimes, when a kid witness abuse, that kind of gets put on them. Either they are traumatized from it where they don't do it, or they're traumatized in a way where it's weirdly enough, they see it so much that it's kind of they eventually start doing it. So yeah, that's my thought on trying to abolish racism. I do have something to read, but I have to look for it real quick.
Okay, so yeah, I'd like to kind of continue that. No, you mentioned there for a second there's no way to end it. And from an anthropology standpoint, there is one way to end racism. Keep screwing till we're all the same color.
I was just thinking that right.
I'm all for that,
Yeah. So I was thinking that.
There's a South Park episode about that.
Yep. And then the other way I look at it is if you guys watch Shameless, Kevin refers to them as future babies whenever those mixed race babies are future babies because it's bringing that together. But as of right now, we're not looking at the end of it anytime soon, unfortunately, because there's a level of it that is just taught hate, because hate is not inherent. We're actually creatures. We are social creatures by nature. That is how we were able to persist to this point of civilization building and everything else. So inherently, we are creatures of love that are capable of immense violence because we had to do what it took to get to where we are now. If you teach the hate and violent aspect of us, it's easy for that to stick with you, but it's not inherent. You don't have babies that hate someone because of their skin color, because of a different language or anything like that. You have a baby that sees a smile and then smiles back because that's how we've evolved to become what we are now. But I had an original point with this. There's a level of racism that's also just, it's not necessarily active racism. It's ignorance brought on by a lack of
Exactly.
exposure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have
Fox
people who
News.
Layers.
Fox News,
Fox
unfortunately,
News.
and you
Yeah.
have the Trump, who is the most divisive president we've had in any time I can directly know, and then from what I've studied in history, seems like one of the most divisive presidents since, like, I don't know, maybe Andrew Johnson. Wasn't Andrew Johnson openly racist in all of his speeches? So, like, just to say, like, it's not helping bring the country together, and then he's acting like the Black Lives Matter movement is the looters.
Yeah.
Now, I do understand why the looting's happening. There's been some people who put it way better than I ever can. I'm not going to try to quote it because if you go find the videos, they're out there. But that woman talking in her own neighborhood, and she ends it with, "Be happy we're looking for equality and not revenge."
Revenge.
Yeah, I still get chills because, like, when you say just that line from it, I guarantee that's like cut and Fox someday and be like, "They're looking for revenge," and like it's gonna be completely twisted out of proportion. But when you watch the entire video, I still get chills because everything she says is spot on.
Oh,
like-
that is a good video though. Like,
Yeah.
I wish we had it on right now.
Yeah, well,
It's a
that's
good ass video. Like, she gave me chills when she said her whole speech.
yeah,
I was like, damn.
yeah.
But yeah.
You have
I want to read something to you guys. So I'm out all this stuff. I had I'm not gonna disclose their name, as I never usually disclose anyone's name. But throughout this, I had a friend hit me up, and it took me a while to like look at it, but I looked at it like a while ago, messaged him back. But I forgot about this moment that I'm gonna read, and when I was reading it, I literally cried at home as I was reading it. I'm not gonna cry now, but here it goes.
Bitter.
I want tears.
And scene.
I want crocodile tears.
Yeah.
Oh, Blair, can you tilt down your camera just a little bit too? Sorry.
Is that good?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Zoom's cropping it weird. I don't know why.
I want to see
All
those
right.
sexy muscles.
Yeah.
Yo, Blair, it's been a really, really long time, man. Damn, proud of you for following your dreams, man. With everything going on, I've been thinking. Remember when a long time ago we were in that snack room and I said something along the lines of you acting white and you got really offended? I didn't understand because I have white privilege and it was racist. I completely apologize. I just want you to know that that stuck with me, obviously. Over the years, I realized that even through comments like that, while I thought it meant we were on one, we are one in the same, it was actually painting a negative connotation on about what it means to be Black. I don't know if you remember that whole thing. We were the closest of friends back then, and I apologize for not reaching out to you more. To be honest, I never hit you up to hang out after. I got, like, he basically started talking about his like own issues. But then he said again, though, I'm really sorry that I did. But in turn, by getting upset and not laughing it off, I learned that I had white privilege well before a lot of peers. Thank you for saving me from being a racist bigot. And I like kept reading it and I was just like, oh, wow. I do remember that. Like, crap. And that's like, that's that's one of many forms of like racism, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And that's like something I always struggle with growing up from probably like, I would say like middle school through high school, like getting called, oh, you act white, blah, 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 you're like this and that. And it was just like, it was just painful to hear that and try to, go to school I didn't have any negative thoughts towards anybody, but it was just like, I always dealt with that. But when I got to college, that, completely went out the window. My whole mindset, I don't let things like that get to me anyway. But yeah, no, that meant a lot, Then I said some other stuff to him, and he actually commented on our show and said he liked what we're doing on our show and the skits that we do too. But yeah, I was in a home called Omaha Homes for Boys, and it's literally a home for boys. And my mom put me in there for like a year, and it was the best time of my life. Great time. And yeah, it was an old friend. So that was crazy. And then I've had a few other people reach out to me that were white and kind of just express how they feel about the situation and everything. And, you know, it feels good. It feels good.
It's awesome that he was like aware of it and actually like texted you that like that. It took a lot for him.
Yeah.
And he's not I mean, there's a lot of people that used to say that to me, and it just like, that shit sucked, man. Even, I mean, this is a different topic in itself, but even my own people would say it to me, but you know, that's another topic for another day. But like, yeah, it just like, that stuff, it does suck. But I want to go back to what you said earlier about, like, Eli, you said something about like watching stuff on news or something like that and not being racist, but not knowing. So I have a friend, his name is, I'll actually say his name on this one. His name is Brian. Love the dude. Shout out to Brian. And he actually did not like black people at all. He's from Mexico. And as he was growing up, the reason why he didn't like black people was, well, his family would tell him about black people, but then it was also media and how media portrayed black men.
Yep.
So in Mexico, he saw black people as like, just like everything in the book that white people say about us. And he just was like, oh, forget black people, like blah. And then gets to America and meets a black person, and most of his friends are all black. And he's like, it's
a media, man.
I got to know him. And I've had people like that I've met in like small towns from back home that was like, oh, you know, they just weren't educated necessarily. And then, you know, they meet a black person, hang out, and it's like, the heck, why does my grandpa hate you guys? Like, I mean,
he watching Fox News.
Paul Bennington, you get a lot of that in Europe.
Fox News always,
you're no better than us. Like, you know, like we're all evil. So I don't know why my grandpa hates you guys so much, you know, type shit. So
yeah, man. Fox News is pretty much it's calling black people thugs all the time. So it's like, if that's all you see is Fox News calling black people thugs and this and that. As soon as you see someone on the street, it's gonna be like, oh no, we gotta go the other way, lock the doors. It's just like they don't know they're racist. It's just that's all they see sometimes.
Do you want to get a little bit more difficult with this topic since we're kind of
you might as well
dive deep.
Okay, so how do you feel about, like, you know, you have a lot of music artists, right, that perpetuate you got to sell drugs to make money, and you gotta do right, all that stuff. I mean, I could list off a few names here. Some of them are these kids that act tough that have clearly never done shit in their lives, but like it's even worse that like they clearly haven't really, you know, been in that situation. They act like it because it's the cool stereotype, right? Like, because it sells their music. So I guess what I'm going with there is, do you think that's detrimental, or is it a byproduct? Because like I listen to that stuff while I'm lifting because I fucking love listening to that shit when I'm lifting. It pumps me up, right?
I feel like 80% of it is cap because Future said as artist named Futures, he was like, I don't do none of that shit at all. I just he said I just rap about it. Like I rap about it because it's cool. And my type of fan base loves it when I rap about that shit, but I don't take codeine or do all that shit. Well, I guess he does a little codeine, but he's talking about like crack and shit and all the hardcore drugs. Like, and a lot of kids like Lil Pump and all them, I mean, they talk, like a lot of them admitted it too in their interviews. Like, all the shit I got, I don't got all that shit. Like, all shit I talk about, I don't got that shit. Lil Tecca said that. He said, Lil Tecca said in his song that he got like a Porsche or something like that. He's like, man, I ain't got a license.
Neither does Cardi B, but she has 7 supercars? So I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah. So like a lot of it is just cap. And like, I mean, it is ruining a lot of generations though, younger generations.
So I wonder if like, I mean, like the vast majority of people who actually look further know that it's literally just it's marketing, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that there are still people who think, okay, no, these people are really doing that, and the only way I have a chance is if I start doing the same thing?
Yeah, it's a domino effect.
Okay.
Like, you got little 13-year-old rappers talking about that shit.
Mhm.
It's never gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's never gonna stop. Oh, the only way it's gonna stop, and this is fucked up to say, because after Mac Miller died, a lot of people like Juicy J, he said he apologized after Mac Miller died. Juicy J apologized on Twitter. He was like, if I ever messed up anybody with my raps, like talking about codeine and everything, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I talked about this stuff, because when Mac Miller died, it hit everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
because Mac Miller died of overdose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like, man, I'm sorry. I talked about pills and everything. Like, a lot of rappers kind of like stopped talking about it. But that's the only way that we're gonna stop is if we see rappers that we love.
Yeah, bigger names.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
change the kind of status quo.
The
Hell
narrative
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have that song, Molly Percocet. That's an upper and a downer. You don't want to mix those. Like, that's not shit you want together.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad time.
Yeah, man. So the only way people gonna learn is like somebody that you love, a rapper that you love, like dies. That's
Yeah.
that's the only way people learn when people die.
Bullpoint, you said Killer Mike has a great song about that exact topic.
You have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's a fucked up world, but
So did you guys hear that the military has banned the Confederate flag?
heard about
Really?
that.
That's a finally, in my opinion. I think, like, so, like, we beat insurgents in our own country, and now we allow them to fly that flag as if they had won the war.
Yeah.
Nazism was shut down in Germany. The worst portion of their population that they're not proud of was shut down, and then you have these people go, the Confederates fought for more than slavery. Okay, one person who says that, fucking tell me what else you fought for. Policies about what? Right?
Yep.
Right. So
it all leads back to.
yeah. So, and like, and mind you, that was 3%. 3% of the population. If you didn't know this, 3% of the population were slave owners. They convinced half the population to fight for 3% of the population. So it's the same thing as like when you look at like a lot of Republicans today who are going, nah, we shouldn't give more handouts because someday we'll be rich and we want to take all those tax breaks and have our private jet be a tax write-off. And it's like, no, you won't.
Like, it's not gonna happen.
That's like, even if you're making like 7 figures, like the people who are benefiting from it are like Bezos level, right? So like if you're making 6 figures, you're well off. You're way better than I'll be for a long time. Like, I have high goals, so maybe I'll get up there. But 6 figures is not getting the benefits of these massive corporation write-offs where they're considered people. So yet again, you have 3% of the population controlling half of the population.
Do you think the military was kind of thinking that there's going to be a civil war? Because that's what the Confederate flag is, right?
Yeah.
The symbolization of
Trying
a
to look
civil
it up
war
now.
coming up. Have you guys also heard of this thing called, I think my boss was telling me about it, it's called the Boogaloo Boys?
No.
Boogaloo Boys?
Oh.
Expand
It's
on
these
that.
guys. It's like their thing is called the Future Civil War. Look them up. And their thing is they wear Hawaiian shirts. They're all ex-military, and then they just show up to like these protests or anything just to start shit or like wait for
Okay.
something to happen so they can start shit.
Boogaloo boy.
Yeah,
So-
Boogaloo Boys. Somebody can in the chat can
Because
correct me on this, but
there's also been people who
so
are
wrong.
openly Antifa or openly what's the right alt-right? Is that the right's version of Antifa? Because Antifa is like way too far left to a point where
Yeah.
they're like militant, and then there's like the alt-right is kind of what people refer to with the way too far right.
Mhm.
Because like no one really likes to claim that we have like I'm far left, but not like that crazy. And then like most people don't like to claim the alt-right. So like we just kind of try to ignore that on both sides. Yet both sides try to highlight it, but. That they were going on to these online forums, and like you'll see like this peaceful protest of like, you know, the police lined up and then like the protesters lined up, and then a brick comes flying from somewhere in the back, and that's when shit pops off.
Yep.
That's where the tear gas starts
yeah.
going. That's where the rubber
takes
bullets
one
starts
person who's there just to start some shit.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What did that Wikipedia say? Was that right? They're like future civil right or civil war.
Yeah, it said there were a far right extremist movement. They generally identify as Liberian. They're preparing for a second American Civil War, which is called the Boogaloo. Widespread It's just a bunch of facts.
Oh, they are full on referring to themselves as a libertarian citizen militia. So that is, that is pretty much the same shit as where like Civil War popped off, like, you know, back in the day. Citizen militia. Okay. Bold. But I mean, like, clearly it's working, and that might be the same group. Did you see that it was an anti-government, so I'm not sure if it was left or right, or if that even really matters at that point, because like if you're anti-government, I think that's a different thing on its own. But they seized all of these weapons in, like, I think Denver, Colorado, but it was definitely Colorado, and it was this massive anti-government, and they had like military-grade weapons out the wazoo.
That was probably that, because
so,
they're all ex-military, and they got like they're strapped.
Yeah,
they're fucking. They got.
What the fuck?
That is
I know.
Crazy.
So like some people are really strapping up for a civil war, but like the worst part of like the reason that a civil war wouldn't solve anything is you'd end up having people fighting on the behalf of the exact corporations and people who are creating these fringe problems. So you're not even fighting the source of the problem. You're fighting people who are unfortunately misinformed about the problem itself.
Yeah.
So, and that's on both sides, like left and right. You have people who are just so far extreme that they don't care about knowledge or facts. They care about how they feel about that policy. So,
yeah,
I don't think this problem gets solved. I have a very long rant
at that
on
point.
Facebook.
It's like a free for all.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
everybody fucking versus everybody.
Right.
People were
Yeah.
stupid back then.
Yeah.
I don't like you. Let's fight.
Right. And like I never understood.
Boogaloo boys.
Boogaloo boys.
Proud boys. Bunch of angry fat white dudes trying to start shit. Some things never change.
Oh fuck.
And caps.
That's so-
Yeah.
There's a civil war
No
going on
cap.
Twitter.
Oh god, yeah, there is.
Pretty much.
Man, I'm anti-bipartisan. I think the same as the founding fathers. I think that's one of the biggest problems of this country is that we have a left and a right instead of a vote for a policy you believe in. So I don't think we ever fix the problem with. I don't think we can fix the problem within the system they've built to protect the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't even know if I want to vote. I don't like Trump or Biden. Honestly, I really don't. I mean, Biden is cool. I just don't want him in office. But it's like he's the only choice.
Pick your poison.
yeah.
Yeah. Would you
Red
rather,
pill, blue pill.
all day.
Yeah. Would you rather have this asshole Trump, or would you rather have a sloth asshole? I'm not. He's not. I mean, he's not even an asshole. He's like, would you rather have a sloth in office?
Which predator do you want? That's where we're down to choosing.
I didn't mean to call Biden an asshole.
He's in the chat right now.
Biden.
So I fucking love these guys, but not anymore. I ruined it.
My favorite thing was someone was like, "Fuck Trump." Biden's like, "Oh, thank you. Fuck you too, weirdo."
It just Biden doesn't know how to talk. He don't know how to talk.
Well, he has so many signs of dementia. He has clear signs of dementia, and unfortunately, they're propping him up. And if you need further proof that the government isn't run by the president, he just signs the bills. The fact that they're going to put a guy who doesn't even know what day of the week it is and what he's doing is about all the proof you need.
God.
And then when he told Charlamagne the God when he's on the Breakfast Club, he was like, he said, if you're not voting for Biden, then you're not black or something like that. Biden said that. He was like, if you're not voting for Biden, you ain't black enough or something like that. And I was like, come on now.
What kind of?
I mean, he apologized for it, but it was like, I guess he thought.
So you want to double down on that? Yeah, I'm doubling down.
It was just like, don't. Like, I'm already gonna vote for you. Don't make me not.
I'm just waiting to see who the VP is and who's actually going to run the country. Like who his running mate's going to be.
Oh yeah,
Like,
good point.
Yeah, he said it's gonna be a woman. I think. Biden says it's gonna be a woman.
Not okay. I'm not against that. I just suddenly went to like. I'm sorry. I went to Palin. I don't know if you guys. Okay, so the previous women we've had trying to do. I have to backpedal so hard before I get canceled. We've had Palin and we've had Clinton. Okay, I don't know if you guys follow politics very well, but they are both wishy-washy and don't stand their ground on anything. They do whatever is in popular opinion at the time. We have not had a good system of women running for that high of a position so far. I went back to that. Not saying there isn't one in the future who is going to be amazing. I do, like, someday it will be awesome. We've just had bad choices so far.
Yes.
Thus causing that reaction out of me.
He said, he's gonna try.
No, I get it.
Hold on, let me.
I see
We were just talking about cancel culture so much the other day. I need to, like, backtrack and make sure they don't cut that one soundbite out.
Here's an interesting question from Ball Punyan. Here's a loaded question. Do you think Trump is going to win 2020?
Man, I feel like a lot of people do not care about voting this year because they really don't care. Like I said, I don't like both.
Do you think the movement going on right now will affect that?
Probably, I don't know. We got a new generation of active voters now, so we might get a lot of people. But I know for a fact, a lot of the black community, because I'm speaking for like my parents and everything, because I be trying to get them to vote and they never vote because they don't really care. There, a lot of black voters are gonna be like, oh, well, I don't care about both of them, so I'm not gonna vote at all. And it's like, I already know like people are gonna think like that this year. But like I said, there's a lot of new generation voters, so it might change up stuff. But
I am curious where this new generation of active voters are, because, you know, they talk a big game on Twitter, and then you look at the polls after it finally comes out, and it's like 15% of like adults under the age of 30 voted this year. Oh, cool.
I can see my brother saying, well, I don't give a fuck about both of them, so I'm not about to.
I said that last time, and look what we got.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the, as you can see over the week, it's like tons of protests going on. But then right after that is like, keep this energy for the voting season, because like that's where it matters.
Yeah.
And then that's where you kind of see everybody drop off. Like, wait, what? Politics? I gotta do stuff now.
Yeah.
I gotta look into things. I already went to school. I want to go.
I don't have to do things.
Yeah. Yep. He said Trump supporters are more passionate. That's why he won. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like this is making them more passionate.
Exactly.
Like,
they didn't like Democrats in the White House. They were like, we gotta take the red back.
The biggest thing that Trump pulled, and I want to figure out how the hell he did this, but was convincing people that he is a true to God Christian. He can't even read one verse from the Bible.
Did he pick it up upside down?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Because you know when they threw the tear gas, and then just to hold the Bible for real quick for publicity stunt.
Oh my God! Holding the Bible up in front of the church.
Yeah. He, after all that stuff that was going on, he was just at a church and he just put up a Bible, like like posing.
Yeah.
He's just like that.
Like
Jesus will solve this. There you go.
Yeah, give it up to him.
Back down in the bunker.
Right. What do you mean back down? He hasn't left yet, apparently.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's been down there like this entire time.
He moved the office down there.
That's his double. That's his double. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's been his double the entire time. It's like, I mean, when you elect Snow, you get the Hunger Games. So
When they
Look, you see it?
oh, we got it pulled up right here on you guys' computer.
oh. See, I can't tell what's upside down, but all that matters to me is like every time you see someone asking what's your favorite Bible verse, I don't know a single, like, I'm not like very religious in any way, but even I could like name off a couple verses. Oh, should we do it right now? Anyways.
Matthews.
Yeah, right. Anyways, but like I've never seen someone backpedal so hard out of something before to be like, I don't want to talk about that. No, it's like,
oh yeah, I
just,
remember that.
Just list one. Just one, man. Oh, wait, you've never read the Bible, have you?
Yeah.
He's illiterate. He can't read in the first place. How can you read the Bible?
He kept like steering the conversation like, no, not right now. No. And I'm like, he's a master at like shifting the conversation somewhere else. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, like the wall just like deflect.
Yeah. Yep.
Like no.
If somebody say some facts, he'd be like fake news.
Exactly.
If, like
it's too much of a city. Like you can't. There's just no way.
Fake news.
Because he knows everybody's after him, and he just won't put up with it.
Yeah.
And then he'll stay like a bogus, like we're doing the best that we ever done ever, and you know it, or something like that. And it's just like
exactly. And if you call him racist, he's like, well, I'm the least most racist person you've ever met in your life.
He said,
that's the fucking problem, man.
And yet,
like, just be a person.
Yeah.
Like,
think about something.
I like how people like to cherry pick, right? So you see, like, he donated a lot of money back in the day. He actually personally donated money to black colleges as well as black scholarship funds. So people like pull that out, and he has a picture when he was much younger posing with Al Sharpton and someone else. I can't remember the other guy in the picture. And like they'll cherry pick that from like, I think it's like from the 70s or 80s, and they pull that out and go, but look, he's not a racist. Don't pay attention to all the times he said every Mexican is a rapist and a thug, or I forgot how he said the rapists and thieves. Is that was his quote? Like, no. So like 20 times he said that about building the wall. That doesn't make him a racist. But look at this one little piece of thing I'm going to focus on really well. No, it can't be a racist. He donated once.
Donated once. Then he said, "This is fake news."
This is fake news.
You right. This is fake news.
Watch him pop on and just be like, "You guys are fake." All fake news.
Oh God, I would love that if he just like randomly like appeared and like took this over, because we're getting famous instantly.
I'm shutting this down.
Yeah, of course.
He's got a very commanding present. Dude is hard to debate. Yeah. This is fake news.
He's hard to debate because he uses nothing but fallacies. And you know what a fallacy is? I'll use like an example of one of them. One of the most common ones is the slippery slope fallacy that the Republicans love. NRA perpetuates it constantly. If you take away bump stocks, that's just the first way of taking away all guns. So we can't let them take away bump stocks because then they'll take away all of our guns. He does nothing but fallacies. He has things that aren't actual solid arguments, but sound like it in the moment. So you can't argue that taking away something that turns a weapon to a fully automatic weapon is going to be taking away handguns in like 5 years. That's a slippery slope fallacy. There's no actual standing on that. It's just saying that this was too dangerous. And what's up with the Trump supporters who said they would die to support their bump stocks when Obama was in presidency, but bump stocks are now illegal. And it was Trump's administration that pushed that bill through. So you have all this stuff going on where I've studied this way too much and finally have a platform to talk about it. So my family's going to disown me if they ever see this. And you guys have let me ramble for long enough, so I'll yield the rest of my time.
We'll send them the link.
Oh, God.
I think
go fuck yourself.
I think after everything has happened over the past 4 years, I think people will probably be motivated to vote him out of office now. Even though I said what I said, I think people are gonna be motivated now. Like, we had enough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did see a video where they were interviewing the Republican Party and they were trying to get their thoughts on what he said. He had tweeted something about the Antifa and the old guy that got pushed by the 70-year-old man that got pushed by the police.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Republicans were just like, I don't even know. Like, basically, they were just like, I don't know why the fuck we like voted for this dude. Like, why? Why is he still here? We need to, like, none of them have anything to say about it. They're just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Right, it's funny to me.
I think a lot of Republicans don't like to prove themselves wrong, so they just keep going. Like,
Oh yeah, they doubled down.
Yeah.
They doubled down.
Even though
that's the thing.
Yeah, if
That's
they,
the problem.
Even though they see this problem, they try to ignore it and be like, well, since this happened,
They try to
why we talk about
deflect and
this?
go to a different problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, or if you like, you throw one, like,
Well-
even just one little thing, they scream right back at you, and then it's just a screaming war.
Like, well, when Obama was president, this happened. I'm like, come on, dude. Come on.
I remember like one of the biggest things when asking people why they were voting for Trump in 2016 was, at least he's not Hillary. They had no policy that Trump had besides people saying they wanted a wall, which didn't happen. So what happened to the wall he promised you guys? Like, at least he's not. Like, that's the biggest thing that I get from Republicans anymore is at least he's not. Like,
Yep.
Ooh.
There's one thing you can do is get people's emotions all riled up, no matter what.
yeah.
You know what you should do? Well, have you ever seen The Daily Show where he's the dude is like interviewing Trump supporters and he's like exposing how stupid they are? Like, you should definitely. Well, I don't know about right now. My mom was calling me.
Put her on the show.
Yeah. Have her on. Answer it. Bring her on. We'll see how she feels.
Hold on.
Will you be voting in 2020?
Hello? Huh? What?
Do you have to wear jackets down there? Or is it warm?
Oh, my mom is coming in 2 days. Mom,
Oh, nice.
We're
We're live.
Get a jacket. We're live on YouTube right now. You're on the show.
Does she want to do a shout out?
You want to do a shout out?
Shout out to Eli, my son, my firstborn.
That's cute.
But yeah.
See you in a little bit. See you in a couple days.
Okay. I'll call you back when I finish.
All right, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Love you. Eli loves his mom.
But yeah, you should definitely put that on.
Yeah.
I don't know, like later or like another day. But this dude, he's like interviewing people and showing them how stupid all of them are, and it's so funny, so damn funny.
See, and I don't really necessarily love that stuff because you can do the exact same thing with like even like leftist supporters. Anyone that's trying to support, I guess, Biden right now is you can pick and choose the ones who clearly don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, even when we did the on the street stuff with him, we did the Nebraska things. It's like it's so easy to make people look stupid.
Yeah.
Like where's Nebraska? And then everybody from Nebraska is like, everybody's a fucking idiot. They don't know where Nebraska is. Right? I was like, well.
That shit was so fucking fun, bro.
I feel like we have to do a follow-up in Nebraska and like pick some random state and then go, everyone who was like, oh, those guys are so stupid, and be like, where's New Hampshire?
Totally do that. You guys should come down here, and then we should totally do that because things are open over here. So
yeah, things are starting to open up over here in LA now.
Get me out there.
I need to get a haircut. Kiana cut my hair last week. It's not even in the back.
Kiana did it? What?
Should have had me do it, man.
She should have had Derek do it.
I don't know. I think Pat's hair turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was just one day I was like shaving my beard, and then she's like, "You need to cut the back of your hair. It looks gross." I'm like, "Oh Jesus, okay." So then she went for it and like, might as well cut the top. I'm like, okay. But I guess it turned out all right. Nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, you know barber shops and all that, they're open now.
Yeah,
so there's no excuse.
I know. Yeah, this was like a week and a half ago. So yeah, I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day.
Hey, don't get rid of the beard though. Just line it up. Just line it up. That's all you need.
You guys get a little scraggly.
Get them patches lined
Don't
up.
get rid of
Get them patches. Hey, you know how hard we try to grow in a full
You ain't
beard.
got no beard, boy.
I have the same problem. Like it looks.
Dang, you got that Pharrell face. You know,
Me?
frozen,
Yeah.
frozen in time.
Frozen in time.
Pharrell syndrome. That's what I call it.
Y'all know Eli like 35, y'all. Y'all know he's 35.
Don't listen to
But
him.
yeah,
35.
Don't listen to him.
everyone
Talking about that old.
Don't listen to him. I'm young.
All right, Linda. All right, Karen.
Yeah.
All right, so it seems like we're switching gears here to some other, lighter topics, but just to kind of sum everything up, just be aware. Just be aware of like everything that's going on. Open your mind up, and amplify other people's voices. I think is kind of the big takeaway I've been seeing.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you guys think? What's kind of the takeaway?
For me, I can't remember who the quote comes from, and I'll butcher it a little bit, but the sentiment is there, is in order to control a populace, you want to make sure you keep the scope of conversation narrow, but the emotion fueled in that conversation, like massive. You want to keep it heated. So don't let media narrow your view down to the extremists on both sides. Don't think that Black Lives Matters is the looters, and don't think that Trumpies are ignorant assholes. The truth is there's good on both sides. There's just the fact that there's such a big divide is that lack of communication. And I think 2020 is the year that we can really start having open, honest communications. Everyone's done with the bullshit. So I think this is the year that we can really start perpetuating effective change if we allow those conversations to actually happen.
Yep.
Nice. I like that.
Vote for Derek 2030.
When we say Black Lives Matter, we don't mean only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. It's just,
It's just the black people getting fucked up.
as it's like saying, like gay rights matter. Like we can get behind that. But
It's Pride Month, by the way. Happy
it's Pride Month too.
Pride Month.
But yeah, we don't mean, we're not saying just only Black Lives Matter. Just keep that in mind and vote this year, 2020. All 6 of you.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. We can go out and vote.
Vote.
Gang,
All right, Blair. How about you? Before you take off and go do Omaha things with corn.
Oh, nothing. Just I have nothing much to say. Everyone said it.
You got something to say.
No, I actually don't. I really don't. So, I don't know. Just everyone needs to be aware and be cautious about what you say. And I don't know. Educate yourself, guys.
True that. Yeah.
Blair's been out here converting racists, so he's already putting in the good work.
Wait, what?
You've been out here converting racists, apparently. Showing them the error of their ways. I should say showing them the error of their ways. I was trying to, but yeah, no,
Wait.
you've been putting in the
What are
good
you
work.
talking about?
You talking about the guy?
Yeah,
talking about
the guy earlier.
Oh, okay.
He's
I was
like,
wait. did
saving him
something
from being
happen out
racist.
Did something happen out there? Actually, I do want to say a funny racist story. Now, okay, racism is not funny, but the story is kind of funny. I know, right? It doesn't make no sense.
Pre-warning.
So,
Yeah.
when I was, I've met closet racist people before, and it's funny to make them feel uncomfortable and put them in situations, and because those people just don't like to talk about it. But at the time I was dating this chick, and her dad was like having a conversation with her, and he was like, "Oh, who you dating now? Blah blah blah." And she was like, "Oh, I'm dating Blair." And he's like, "Oh, okay. He was very happy about it. Like, who's Blair? Who's Blair? Oh, Blair's this, blah 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 blah. And he was like, "Cool." And it was just kind of like awkward silence. And then she's just like, "He's black, by the way." And it just went like pure silent, like in the car, like the tone, like he was not having it at all. He just was like, you know. So they get back to the dorms, and I get a phone call from our friend.
Paul Bunyan said this is the pitch for Get Out. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, you saw it in the comments.
Oh my God, no. So I get back. They get back to the dorms, and I get a call from one of our friends. They're like, "Oh, hey Blair, can you go down there and go help her grab groceries or whatever?" I was like, "All right, cool." So I'm walking down there not knowing that they already had the conversation. And I get out there and I see her. She just kind of gives me this look like, "Oh crap, like, oh, why is he coming out here right now at this moment?" And I walk up there just being the person that I am. And I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Blair. Nice to meet you." I'm like shaking his hand all firmly, and his face, like, you can tell he was like, "What the fuck? Like, were you planning that?" Like, he just had that face like, "Why would you tell me this?" And then I just meet him. And when we got back to her room, she was like, she told me the conversation that they had. And I was just like, damn, I bet your dad really liked that handshake. And I was just like, wow, that's so crazy. So crazy. Yeah. A pitch for fucking Get Out. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Get out.
So. Well, all right, boys and girls, I'll catch you guys on two flips, two pancakes.
Yeah, when are you coming back?
Never. I officially moved back to Omaha, so if you want to
don't put that
I live
energy
in the
out there.
cornfields.
gang, let me know.
Don't listen to him, guys.
Probably at the end of the month, but it could be sooner too. I don't know. It just depends on a lot of things.
All right,
We'll see you soon.
Sounds good. So get used to these new hosts.
Go husk that corn.
Yeah, go husk
All
that
right.
corn. I love you.
Go Big Red.
Love you.
No, I'm not no Husker fan. I don't care.
Toasters, bye.
Go Skurs!
Bye.
Oh, damn.
And he can't do anything because he's all the way in Omaha right now.
Pamela said, I've dropped family due to racism. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
And I feel like people need to be like uncomfortable. Like that's how you grow.
Oh yeah. Comfort
It's-
zone is a nice place, but nothing grows there.
Yeah.
Like that's just the truth of the matter. So I think people are so afraid of being uncomfortable that like this is just creating so much discomfort. Like having to accept that an entire group of people has faced that much, I don't know, just punishment is really the only way to put it. And like that, like you'll never know what that's like. Like I really like that saying that's come out of the most recent movement in 2020. I understand that I don't understand, but I stand with you. Like I really like that because like I won't understand. I'll never understand. There's a lot of people like you just have to fight to like even teach people what white privilege is, because I for the longest time thought it was a made up hoax, and then you start getting into bigger cities and you start seeing like actual numbers being used, and you actually start understanding what it really means to like not have a like you don't have to. I'd never have to be scared if I get pulled over, stuff like that. And like if it's too hard to even accept that, the rest of the conversation is just too hard to have.
No.
Like.
About the military dude that
General Mattis.
Colin Kaepernick. When Colin Kaepernick started doing the kneeling thing,
Oh.
I mean, when he started like sitting down for the national anthem, this military dude was all over the news saying, "Oh, it's disrespectful. This and that. It's disrespectful." And then he sent Colin Kaepernick like an email or something like that, and Colin like emailed him back and said, "Hey, I want to meet up with you and talk to you." They talked for hours, and because the military dude was like, he said, "I just want to get an open mind, because I don't want to, you know, be the left side or whatever." And after he talked to Colin Kaepernick, he was like, "Man, I totally get it. Like, I'm so glad I talked to him about it." And I suggest to him, instead of sitting down for the national anthem, why don't you kneel? Because that's what people do for their fallen brothers and sisters or something like that. And that's when Colin Kaepernick started kneeling and everything. But it's such a fantastic story, because like
I didn't even know the story.
Yeah, when you keep an open mind, like, you may have an opinion, but like, keep an open mind, because you never know. But yeah, it's just a little story I want to say.
Yeah, no, it's like when you don't realize that like kneeling during the anthem isn't necessarily saying you're against America. It's saying that you understand that you've lost brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
like
that's brutality.
And I don't know. There's some people who'd be like, "Well, that's anti-American." But I mean, like, the truth is that's like saying that flying a flag at half-mast, which means there's been a tragedy, is un-American. No, it's just pointing out. It's respecting the loss that you've had. So
definitely. But yeah, switching up topics now.
Yeah, switching it up.
Okay. A little bit more lighthearted. Okay, so quarantine has sucked. I have grown out a beard during it. I have never grown out a beard before, and it looks like crap.
You've grown out
I
of
don't
beard?
think people are really quarantined.
Oh, beard. I've grown out of beard. Beer has not
IPAs.
doing it anymore. I switched to heroin.
We're supposed to tell anyone.
I don't think people are really quarantined anymore. Like,
Dude, people don't give a fuck. When we went to Crave yesterday,
Yes.
they're like, half people wear masks, half people
No
don't give a
mask
shit
at
anymore.
all.
Because it's like, here's the thing. If I go to a restaurant and then I could go sit down over there, why should I wear a mask to go like sit down like 2 feet away? They're not wearing masks. They can breathe on me. And it's kind of like, and then you start this domino effect of everybody's be like, they're not wearing it. I'm not going to fucking wear it.
Yep.
It's hot out right now, especially this summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
In San Diego, nobody was really wearing it, like, at all. Like, people were like going out to eat. Like in San Diego, you can go out to eat in bars and stuff now, and people are having no masks. People are walking around no masks. Nobody's really doing it anymore.
Like, it's almost like, and then it's so weird because I've already started taking it way too easy and like not thinking about it. But I was like longboarding today, and like as I was longboarding towards someone, the like sidewalk wasn't very big, and he kind of steadily realized I wasn't going to maintain 6 feet around him. I watched him like slowly pull up the mask and just like sit down. I'm like, "You little shit! How dare you be on my street?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I'll just go walk over here."
6 feet demon.
Right? Yeah, right.
Benny said we might go back to it. Yeah, I could totally see that, especially since my boss was saying Memorial Day weekend, like that was, 14 days ago? So he said we're going to start seeing like that spike.
Yeah.
And then also you're in a bit going to start seeing some of the spikes from the protests and stuff. But actually I heard that it's not as bad as like just reopening stuff is.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Be phase 2 coming up pretty soon.
So there's a couple more points on that I want to touch on because I've been studying the statistics of it. We've already seen the numbers increase from Memorial Day weekend, and it was the high. We experienced last week the highest week increase in tested rates so far during the coronavirus outbreak. It was close to 100,000. That's mostly all pertaining to Memorial Day weekend opening back up. And then there's this very large thing that Blair was reading off to me that a doctor was talking about, where a lot of right news articles, so let's just say Fox because that's the biggest one, are going to say that the Black Lives Rally protests are what caused the entire spike, and don't get me wrong, it's going to increase it a little bit because that clearly wasn't handled well enough.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the increase will actually be from reopening the country, and then no one wears masks because no one's good at paying. Like, I say no one because 99% of people, but people aren't good at following rules, right? Like, it's just very evident, and especially in America. We're rule breakers, and we love it about ourselves. So you have everything's opening back up. All the businesses are back open. You are reintroducing social, like, non-social, just social? Is it just social? What's that called? What happened public? I don't know.
We're touching each other again.
Yeah. What's it like to go outside? I forgot.
We're touching each other again. That's what
is
we're
it
doing.
like?
Right.
Benny said we haven't even hit a second wave, and the second wave always hits harder, and that should be in October. So
Yep.
we will see.
Because as everyone knows the statistics from the
Back in your home.
Right, go back. Well, we're discussing that too. Do you think they'll even tell us to go back in, or do we'll be like, the economy needs you, go die?
I don't know.
Like,
I guess we'll have to see. I'll probably go back to the essential worker thing and like only leave your house for this. But everybody's kind of already prepared, being like, well, you better have something good on Netflix prepared,
right?
And then bring back that stimulus.
Yeah. Do we bail out companies again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we allocate another $1 billion a company and like only a few million for the people? Like, I mean, like, consequently, but I mean, yeah, like, so, yeah, October was my bet. I like, even back when this started, I'm like, we're either going to be closed until like October, or we're going to open up in July or August and then have to reclose in October or November.
It's gonna be annoying, dude.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I just moved out here. I just wanted to surf and go out to nice bars and stuff.
Same here. I just came out here like in April.
What a party. And for you guys, for the acting thing, has there been any word on that? I remember Blair was talking about how they're going to like, and it might have been my boss. I don't fucking remember. But like they were going to, just companies were going to isolate them in like their own hotel and stuff, and they can't have like access to other people to do these films.
It was something like that. Yeah, it was something like that what Blair said. And from what I know, Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, they're the first ones that opened. And depending on how it goes with Tyler Perry Studios, other studios are going to follow afterwards. But after that, but it's just they're trying to come up with like documents and shit. They're trying to come up with rules and stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's all insurance based. It's kind of like most people are like, I don't give a fuck, just whatever like saves our ass if somebody does get sick.
Well, Eli's bougie ass is union, so he's locked into their rules. But like non-union, I've already been self-submitting for stuff and everything, so I've been trying to get some roles because they don't care.
Yeah, because if anything happened to us, like SAG, it's like if I end up getting coronavirus or something like that, I can report that, and the production can get like in trouble and stuff like that. That's why they're so nice to people that are SAG, because we can report people that are in productions. But I'm still reading up on it. I haven't heard anything new, but that's annoying too. I came out here for acting. As soon as I came out here, it's just like, nope.
Yeah, shit exploded.
Yeah. I like a couple of these. Christmas is about to be on Zoom. Cali Summer is canceled. Yep.
Man, Cali Summer though, too. Like, what's fucking crazy is I went back to work, like, because when we left it in March. Everything was just up in the air. Everything was just kind of just like mid-show. And then I went back for this week just to like we clean up everything because their school might be coming back, is kind of in the works. So just being back, and it felt like a week, but it felt like so long ago. I'm like, fuck, it's June, guys.
Yeah.
It's June. We've been doing this, what, 3 months?
Yeah. Yep. We're coming up on 3 months.
And it's the summer, and I haven't even been to the beach.
Yeah.
You should go to the beach by May. Or like go somewhere. I think like every summer we've gone to like Las Vegas, and like that's not even shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No.
Well, hopefully, like they say, the doctors say, they said in the summer it's gonna die off, because you barely see people.
Oh yeah, it warms up.
Yeah, you barely see people like get the flu and stuff in the summer and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens.
We will see.
I was also seeing reports recently that claim that coronavirus cannot be spread through asymptomatic carriers. So you do have to actively be showing symptoms of the virus to be able to spread it. Now, I did not do my fact checking on that, so don't quote me on it, but that could be a very large game changer on who you have to isolate and quarantine and possibly allow us to stay open without having to like completely go back into lockdown.
The minute somebody chokes on water at a restaurant,
Right. Yeah.
Put him in the quarantine tank.
It's funny because I gave my mom a link to the chat, and she's like, I keep telling her to get on the chat, and she's like, tell me, yeah, Black Lives Matter, 100% matter. And she's like, did you hear that they closed 40 Starbucks stores? And like, Mom, get on the chat. Like, tell us how you feel.
Jump in.
Like, she tried to tap me through the phone. Yeah, Mom, get on the chat.
When everything was going on, like back in March, that's when I know shit got real. It's like, I'm like, okay, like, you know, like some of the stores are open, but like some of the Starbucks, I'm like, Starbucks has to be essential for most people. And then they closed them down. I'm like, no, shit's real now. Shit's really, really real. There was like one open in all of the valley, and then everybody was there. But when they started opening back up, it's like the world's healing.
When it got real for me is when they closed down barbershops. I was like, I don't care about anything else. As long as I got my barbershop, I'm cool. Then I walked up to my barbershop one day. I was like, no. Get a haircut for 2 months.
My favorite is everyone referencing like I've never really been there, but Waffle House apparently stays open for everything. So like during hurricane close downs in like Florida, Waffle House will still be open. So it's just like the pandemic place for food.
That's awesome. Fucking Waffle House.
So like when that closed down, people were like, guys, this is it. This is the end. 2020.
There's Twinkies, cockroaches, and Waffle House.
This is our 2012.
Yep. I did see something recently when we were transferring to the Gregorian calendar. There was roughly 11 days in October or November that was lost. That over the course of the time that it would have been implemented would be roughly 8 years, meaning that technically before the Gregorian calendar, this would be 2012.
Shit.
Oh, for the whole apocalypse thing?
Yep. So they were right. We just messed it all up.
They were just off
Yep.
by a little bit.
It's getting crazy.
Hopefully it doesn't get worse.
I saw there was like, because everything's fucking going off, and then there was reports of like seismic activity at Yellowstone, and there's just a meme of just Michael Scott just like, don't fucking,
Oh God.
Oh my God.
fucking don't. And then the aliens, oh shit, I'm next, I'm getting nervous.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. And then it was like this giant chicken. It was like, what can be worse? And there was a giant chicken over New York or something like that. I'm like, don't jinx anything could happen at this point.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, at this point it's like, who fucking, and then our generation was like, yep.
Don't,
Sure.
Like, don't.
What's next?
We've had enough. Like, I don't care if it's a joke or not. Stop.
Right. Oh, I had to stop because like a lot of people freaked out on like my Facebook. I'm like, okay, so there was seismic activity at Yellowstone, and we felt like a tremor here not that long ago. And I'm like, so the San Andreas Fault is about to cut loose. Yellowstone's about to pop off, and that's the end of America. So it's been nice knowing all of you. And everyone on Facebook is like, don't put that out there.
Don't put that in the world.
You know what? I said something 2 months ago. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if a purge started. And then last week I was like, I retweeted my post and I was like, remind me not to put stuff out in the world. Remind me not to
Eli the prophet. No.
remind me not to put things in put things. I forgot what I said, but I said don't keep me from doing that again.
Dude, do me a
much.
favor and post something about me winning the lottery. I could really use a mansion out here. That'd be nice.
The law of attraction, man. Yes.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yes.
But it was so scary because I said something about a purge, and then everybody started writing, and I was like, "Fuck, stop." Because anything can happen at this point.
Oh shit! Real quick, also switching up. Eli, you've been popping off on TikTok. I just saw somebody say something about TikTok. Got this from TikTok. How's that going? What's your secret? What's your secret sauce? What are you doing?
I can't do my acting, I have to set up for TikTok. So yeah,
blow up via the social medias.
Yep.
Eli used to be big on Vine, guys. Used to be pretty big, and then he quit. Just kidding.
You know what? The reason why I did quit because I had 90,000 followers. I was doing everything by myself, and I wasn't getting no feedback from anybody. It was like I didn't have anybody to tell me like, okay, keep going, because I was looking at, people. Okay, when people be like, when you put out something big, and then like when something does big, but it's like nobody really responds. And it's like, damn, did I do good?
So you needed a hype man.
Yeah, it was just like, damn, did I do good? Now we have analytics and everything to figure that out. But it's just like, I was like, man, I'm putting out all this stuff, and nobody's really commenting, and I mean, nobody's really like congratulating me or anything like that. And then when I like go home to Omaha, they be like, hey, I see you on World Star, dude. Like that shit was tight. I was like, for real, you didn't comment or like any of that, like for.
Yep.
So it was just like I was putting in so much work that it was just like, I'm not gonna get anywhere with this.
Dude, I think you just gotta kind of push past that, because even doing all these the Dirty Boy skits and stuff, and then you just put all this out, and then it's just kind of crickets. I mean, you get comments and like that's always nice. But the thing I've noticed, like people definitely see because I'm guilty of this. I'd be like going through Instagram. I see exactly what you're doing. I don't like it. Scroll on because I just never. I was never kind of the person to just hit like or comment or anything. I'm like, oh, I see it. That's cool. Yeah. And then just do nothing about it. But then if I see you, I'll totally tell you. I'm like, everybody's definitely seeing your shit and they know what you're doing. So at that point, it's like, you just got to put it out there and just know people are just watching it anyway.
Right. And I had to learn that the hard way. It's like, everybody sees your shit. Like everybody's watching. And I had to discipline myself, be like, if nobody really responds, fuck it. Just put out another one. Just keep going. And I had to like discipline myself to like even if, I hate that I have only 2,000 followers right now, but it's just like, you know what? I could just have like 2 followers. So, you know.
Get a few more. Got a couple people asking for it. So, what's your, what is it, bio, whatever they call it on TikTok?
Oh, so. my TikTok is.
Yeah, I was about to pull it up, but.
Awesome Ed. Awesome Ed. But my secret is I've been following this dude. I forgot his name. But he pretty much updates us on like the rules on TikTok and everything. I don't know the secret to TikTok is like
Awesome Eli?
Awesome Ed. Awesome Ed. The secret to TikTok is weird. It's just like you gotta.
Oh God, you went.
It's hard to explain. Like you put out videos and you gotta engage. You gotta like comment on everybody's shit. You gotta like everybody's shit. You gotta
play the game. That's what TikTok wants you to do. They want you to stay on that app.
Exactly.
Because the minute you interact, then they got you and they got people around you and you're a part of it.
Yeah. Oh, the secret is you got to post every day. You got to post at least 3 times a day. Important hashtags. You got to do the hashtags. There's certain rules on TikTok that like they will ban you for like stupid stuff. Like if you create too many alternate accounts.
If you create too many what?
If you create too many alternate accounts, which I didn't know. I had, because at first, like...
How many did you make?
I made like 6. And it was like, they'll shadow ban you for like making more than 3 or something like that.
How do they know though?
And
because it's only liking your stuff?
Yeah, they can track it because like...
The IP probably.
Yeah, the IP, if that same IP is under the same phone number or something like that.
Okay.
It was just like, after I learned all these rules and everything, I was like, okay, I know what to do now. But yeah, it's once you get it down, it's pretty easy. You got to discipline yourself though. But TikTok has been pretty cool.
It's definitely the up and up. If you were looking for views, that's the fucking way to go. I think Blair's still doing the quote of the day stuff, right?
Yeah, he's still doing it.
Getting a daily thing. Who are you, Derek? You gonna be on the TikTok?
No.
You gonna be a TikTok star?
No, I don't. I barely understand Instagram. I've been trying to learn that for so long because like not having an Instagram out here is like just admitting that like something's wrong with your life. Apparently, I've discovered that from locals and stuff like that. But I don't understand social media. I feel so old. I feel so old around all this stuff, man. It took me forever on Facebook. I like tried to get on Twitter for a little bit and got right the hell back off that. Like Vine, I don't get. Like man, I don't get the kids. I don't understand.
Hey, if we get postponed on this acting stuff, you might have to because
I know, but like
he's been in our YouTube stuff. So I guess I mean, would you do? You're actually starting a podcast. You're gonna start a podcast.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about like expanding to YouTube or anything, or like is your focus mainly like if you were to? I know you came out here to do acting in film, in TV, but like for your own thing, like. For your own projects, besides maybe the podcast, what else are you planning on doing?
Okay, yeah. So the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. So I really want to be an actor, but I also want to be a physical trainer. I want to be a bartender. I want the podcast to be a recorded podcast. So we're releasing it on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever else podcasts go because those are my only 2 sources of them. And I really want to diversify as much as possible. Eventually, after I get into acting, I want to start directing. I've been writing for a while. I need to start converting some of my short stories into screenplays to see if we can work on that stuff. But I kind of just want to be involved in everything that the entertainment industry has to offer.
You could be a life coach. Think about if you were like a life coach for like a YouTuber, like somebody up and coming.
Yeah.
Then you could be like, all right, personal trainer, like do this, and then you come home and then here, let me whip you up a cocktail. There you go. There's the bartending thing, and then you need me to act in your stuff. There you go.
Yep.
And then you blow up with them. There you go.
We joked about that so much, and then like my first month out here, we went to a stand-up thing. It's like, yeah, all the boys from the Midwest come out here to trying to be an actor, end up being a dog trainer or a life coach, and Pat and I are sitting side by side laughing our asses off. So it's like, oh, got us.
It's too close to home.
Right.
Fuck you, man.
Like I started working on the certification for a life coach and all that because one of my friends back in Alliance, Nebraska is a life coach and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny you say life coach because I joke about it because I'd never hear anybody actually being one. Is it like what else do you do besides being like a physical trainer and stuff for them?
It's not even necessarily a physical trainer. Kind of think of it like almost like a personal therapist that helps you refocus on your goals and aspirations. So if you're at a point where for some reason you have money but you feel like you're not making progress on your self-actualization, you can pay someone who is a certified life coach to pretty much help push you through to your goals and make sure you're pretty much paying someone to make sure you're accountable.
Nice.
So yeah,
like
it's
that.
actually something I really like, and like I've been doing it for free for so long that like Joker once told me, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. So yeah.
Yeah. I believe that.
Would you be a life coach, Eli?
Life coach?
Yeah, hey,
I'll be.
wake up. You're like late to them when they should be waking up.
I'll be the type of person that'll give out advice, but then at the end of the sentence, I'll be like, but that's me though. But that's me though.
So if you're doing your life,
eating a piece of cake, he's like, you can't have this. You
Yeah.
shouldn't eat this. But
Yeah,
it's,
like
it's good though.
I give out some good advice and be like, but that's me though.
yep.
You want to get them abs,
You can
don't
take it or
you?
leave it. I'm that type of life coach, but I feel like I could maybe. I don't. I'm a little too lazy to, but I don't know, man. Like this shit that we doing, it's gotta work because I'm doing this firefighting training and I do not want to do it at all. I do not want to be a firefighter, dude. Like I was so excited to be.
But you got it under your belt.
My mom is on the chat.
What's up, Eli's mom?
She said
Bougie.
Well, I guess you know, when you go to these classes and you're like excited, you're excited to be in the fire academy and everything, and then when you hear every messed up thing, all of the people that died, my teacher, he said, yeah, when I was a firefighter, I got a new shoulder, I got a metal in my leg, I broke my arm 10 times, I died and went to heaven like 3 times and came back, and I'm like, y'all not making this fun at all. Like, this is what broke me. He said 80% of firefighters end up getting cancer because all the smoke that they breathe in.
Fuck.
And when he said that, I was like, you know what? I'm checking out. But I didn't check out. Like I was so far ahead of my classes that I was
You're like, I'm already this fucking
I was
far.
like, I might as well just finish it because it's like, if anything, I'll probably be an EMT. That's it. But firefighting, they pretty much, that's out the window for me. I don't even know if I want to do that.
but if you do, you have the qualifications and you can always go back to it.
Yeah, if I ever do, it'll be in Omaha where it's a little safe fires.
Yeah, out here, LA,
Running up a skyscraper.
Yeah,
break you.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's how they break.
They
you.
gave me a nickname too. I guess when you're doing the firefighting, like you're not official till you get a nickname. They called me Ant, and I was like, why the hell do you call me Ant? It's because ants can lift like 10 times as much as their body.
Oh,
They like when
There
they
you
when they see me, they were like, we're
pretty
stuck
badass.
with this dude. Like, and then when they see me do like lift all these heavy ass shit, they were like, oh, okay, he's not playing.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
thought they were gonna be like, cause you're puny, cause you're puny and weak.
it's just ants can lift 10 times more than their body.
Yeah.
My grandpa always called that wound tight. When you see like something that doesn't look very big, but they're like, he's moving that. What the?
Yeah,
It's called wound tight.
What do you say? He said firefighters are the hardest people in the world. Man, STG. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
Mom,
real.
I see you.
I'm on.
I know. I
Shut
see
down.
you.
Thanks for joining.
I see you. We are on. But yeah. What else, guys, you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, Eli's mom. If you got embarrassing photos of him as a kid,
right now.
throw a
Or
link.
stories
Throw
or
a link
does.
up
Go ahead
there.
and throw it out there.
She does. My mom has all the embarrassing photos of me.
Even embarrassing story, just throw that up there. We'll circle around. We'll come back to it.
My mom's going to take 10 minutes to type it, and then it's going to be like 2 sentences. I'm just playing, Mom. Don't.
When was the last time you guys shit your pants?
I shit my.
Well, you think last.
I think it was in middle school. Yeah, it was in middle school when I was in a gym and all the doors are locked. And I needed to use the bathroom, so like I'm censoring myself because my mom was on.
Oh, should we not cuss? I won't cuss while you're on.
No, she don't.
I'm sorry,
don't
Mom.
It's just something that I do like every time.
No, I get that. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was when my coach locked all the doors, and no, we were supposed to go outside for gym, and I accidentally went inside at the gymnasium, and all the doors are locked.
Oh no.
And I shit my pants. I had to use the bathroom so bad. Yeah.
Was it liquidy?
It was.
Or was it
I had to go to the showers.
Oh Jesus. Jesus, dude.
Liquidy. Diarrhea, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was a little mixture of both.
But at least you were near the showers right there, right? It was kind of a.
After like crying the whole time, open the door! Open the door! The security guard finally heard me.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing because now you can hide that.
Right. There's poop everywhere.
And then like the smell builds in this locked fucking
Man.
Oh no.
Yeah. So thank you for letting me talk about that.
You're
Joe.
welcome, man.
Do you have like a story in mind before I get to mine? Because mine's part of my stand-up, so
Oh yeah.
it was in my adult life. So
Mine's I don't even know if mine's that funny, but like I just remember it was Christmas time, and then it's the classic tale of like you think it's gonna be a fart and then it's not, and like I just like one of my Christmas presents was pajamas, and I'm like hell yeah, so I put on the pajamas. And I'm like, these are nice ass pajamas. And I was just sitting there, and literally like 2 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I got to fart. And then, just fart a little bit. And then it's just a shart. And, and then the funniest thing was, I was with my brother. So it wasn't even like, oh, I'm going to fart real quick to be discreet. I was like, hey, bro, check this out, sort of thing. but more chill, like, hey, guess what? And then just shit your pants. And just like... He didn't even say anything. He's just like, sir, because like that's not the right noise you want to hear. And I had to throw my new pajamas away.
no.
Oh,
So it was more of a sad story.
You caught some dirt on that one.
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan said that's fucking traffic.
Tragic.
Tragic.
Tragic. So I'm gonna go ahead. So what about your first experience at Ikea?
Did I tell you guys that?
You were talking about Ikea, but I don't
bit.
remember your first experience. I don't think you talked about that.
Yeah, so I went to Ikea over the weekend for my first time, and it was in San Diego, and the line was fun. It was like going on like a Disney ride, dude. Like it was a long ass line, and I was like, bro, this better be worth it. I went. And
it was.
As soon as I got inside, it was like walking inside a ride. It was like I don't know. It's like Disney for adults. Like
hell yeah.
It's like furniture Disney for adults. It was like I went in there. I was like I didn't want to admit that it was like the best thing ever, but like
Dude, Swedish people know how to design furniture.
yes, I was like,
They
bro,
fucking know.
And make meatballs apparently.
everything.
Meatballs.
And I had a chili dog when I was there. While I was there, it's such a magical place, bro. Like.
Don't you love how the top floor is just a museum?
Yes.
And then the bottom
It's
ones
like-
you actually go and buy.
You walk around like it's like a museum, and it's like I don't have kids, but it's like, man, I want that crib. Like that is a cheap crib. Like
I don't have a baby, but damn, I want one now because of that crib.
I still haven't been to one, so we're gonna have to bring a camera the first time we go to one because everyone talks about it being an experience. So like,
Really, you haven't been?
never been.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah. We
Such
gotta
an
go.
experience.
We gotta go to fucking IKEA now.
like,
I do have to pause though. Ball Bunyan. That was the day you became the alpha sibling. You asserted your dominance.
I looked my brother right in the eye, shit my pants, and he knew this was my house.
I can't do that. He wins.
Yeah.
I can't go that far.
I went with Pamela. She's on chat right now. She said he was so happy and his eyes were wide open. He was so excited. I was.
Did you buy anything?
I think I bought a few things for like my bathroom and stuff like that. But I was like, next time I come, because I just wanted to find a Father's Day present for my dad, and I only bought.
Gotcha.
I only bought a few things, but I said next time I go, I'm definitely buying something.
You want to know something? Ikea.
Really?
Ikea,
Yep.
Walmart.
Really?
The shitty ass couch, Walmart.
Yeah.
This
What?
nice ass
What?
chair, Ikea. Everything in my room, Ikea.
And like that's probably cheaper than the couch too. Like
Yeah.
like they make better quality for cheaper somehow.
Yeah.
is amazing.
IKEA just didn't have I needed a very specific dimension couch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We don't have a big studio, guys. I know it looks big.
I mean, was
It's
it
not.
cheap? How much is the chair?
This chair?
Yeah.
This chair was about 300.
Really?
Yeah.
So much for cheap.
This couch was 150.
Oh.
That's
You know why? Because it's a futon.
Yeah.
and it's a white futon. It's very bizarre. Like no one just kind of buys like white furniture.
Bob Punyan said my whole room is IKEA,
Whole bedroom, like hell yeah.
and he said that's the most emotional deception I ever. Yeah, I broke it down, man. I broke it down. It was a magical experience. I wasn't surprised. I would be surprised if I saw Mickey Mouse there or something. Like an IKEA teddy bear or something like that.
I feel like
Yeah.
their mascot would just be like a fluffy, perfect cloud.
Yes.
Just bliss.
Yeah.
Just pure bliss.
It's such a happy place.
Such a happy place.
Yeah, you guys. I don't know how big the one is in San Diego, but yeah, the one here is like they used to have one in Burbank, and then they moved like closer to the interstate, and it's like 5 times bigger.
Really?
Yeah, that one's fucking huge.
I'm gonna definitely buy something I already know.
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Next
wait.
vlog.
Oh yeah, next vlog. Oh yeah, Eli's gonna start vlogs.
Oh yeah,
guys.
I started a YouTube channel. I'm gonna be posting there. I posted one video from like 2 years ago and never did it again. But yeah, I'm gonna start vlogging,
So go follow him.
do the whole bunch of shit. Awesome Ed, follow that.
So what's your vlog gonna be based on? Because
I don't know yet. I know it's gonna be I'm gonna start off doing like trailer reactions and video reactions, and then vlogs is just gonna be, I don't know, nothing's open. Like probably us doing like weird shit, the weird shit that we do for right now. But
Going to Krispy Kreme.
exactly, Krispy Kreme. Like you have your vlog, I have my vlog.
Cross vlog.
Cross
Yeah.
vlogging.
You gotta see.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope though. We're more like ugly. Okay, Blair.
Blair has entered the chat.
Blair has entered the chat.
Oh shit.
Blair called me ugly Ed. I'll take that.
Oh wait, Derek, you never told us how you shit your
God
pants.
damn it. So anyways, I was thinking about starting a vlog too.
And then I shit my
And
pants.
then I shit my pants. No, I do want to, but that's like really just because I think it'd be funny. There's a lot of people out here like, I'm an actor and I want to do like I have no acting experience in my life and I'm trying to be an actor. Here's how bad your dreams are. Don't do it. Stay where you're at. Make that money. Keep up doing that. Anyways, so I don't know if I can translate this well because I've spent so much time walking back and forth pretending how I'm going to do all of it, and I've fucking told the story so many times. So I have shit myself in my adult life. That is not something you want to do, right? And that's not something that makes you feel proud of yourself. But I will precurse
Happened
this.
last week?
No, like in college. Like I was
Okay,
like
okay.
a junior in college at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. And you guys ever taken pre-workout before?
Yeah, creatine.
Yeah, okay, creatine. But have you taken like
Or
the
this
full?
is it.
Yeah. Have you
what?
taken, like pre-workout, like
Oh,
the
like
stuff.
this stuff with like the energy in it,
Yeah,
and like
like
all
the-
that shit. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, right? Yeah, exactly. It's almost like drinking like 4 pots of coffee right off the bat.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
it kind of like makes your stomach gurgle a little bit and stuff. And like I used to lift really late at night, and the UNL Recreation Center would always close at midnight. Yeah, you see where this is going. You're getting ahead of me a little bit. So hold on. Well, let me get there. My stomach's gurgling as I'm finishing up my lift, but the place is closing, and they say if you're not out in the next 15 minutes, you'll be locked in. So I'm like, okay. You know what? I'm calm. I walk to my car. I start walking faster. I'm about 2 miles from the wreck is my home, and like I am. Like, as I'm getting to the car, I know it's not going to be good because that cold sweat breaks in. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where your body's like, this is happening, whether you want to or not. I was like, no, it's not. No, we're good. We're good.
It's funny that you said, because like the reason why I even brought this up is because I had to shit before we started. I was getting those cold sweats. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh. Exactly. When you get
circle
those
back.
cold sweats, there's just terror. There's nothing but terror. And like, I'm driving down Vine, so like I was going to do this originally in Lincoln. So if you're on Vine, it was full of potholes. You're like dodging potholes. It's like the speed limit's 35 miles an hour. I'm at like 72. Like, I am just like, pull me over. I will shit on you. Like, I don't care at this point. I am flying cold sweat. It's coming and going in those waves where you're just scared. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Get to my door. And like, it's so bad, I am drenched in my own sweat. I am terrified at this moment, and I am fumbling the key to try to get into my door because I have one of those like triple locks, and I have to get all 3 of them open with different keys. And like I try to release some pressure on the second lock. Try to release just a little bit of pressure. But there is nothing solid about that when you're that much into pre-workout.
Nope.
And if you don't know this, once it starts, you can't stop it. you cannot stop that waterfall coming down.
There's no such thing as a little fart.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, yeah, I am SOL. So if you're watching this right now, hopefully you're laughing with me, but I am SOL. Still trying to get the third lock undone, by the way. Trying to cup it in my
shit out of luck.
I have reached down to like grab because I'm like wearing like compression shorts under my, and I am stopping it from running down my leg while finishing it.
I will not ruin my shoes.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm dragging one leg across my entire apartment trying to get to my bathroom, and as soon as I like open the door to the bathroom and get in there and like sit down, it stops. It's done. The damage is done. I'm sitting there in my shame.
Waterfall.
That story stressed me out. I'm over here.
So
I would just go straight to the shower at that point.
I did. The shower's right there. I'm like putting like the underwear in the shower because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
I
you
did
know, all
keep
your
it
clothes.
all in the underwear. I did get it all in there. I held it all in. Like I saved my shoes and the floor of like the carpet, but not my dignity.
Oh Jesus! Okay, we're already this fucking deep. We're gonna get a little bit grosser, just a little bit grosser. Do you guys have a hairy ass?
Oh yeah, I think every guy does.
Yeah, I got kind of a hairy ass. I have enough hairy ass, and if you have a hairy ass, you know that dingleberries are a fucking thing.
Hairy ass. Call 1-800.
Yeah, if you so like the worst part. I have to have fucking wet wipes now just to get that shit off.
Yeah.
But like the worst times is when you don't have them and it's hot out. Because if you get dingleberries or you have the shits is the worst because that's what makes the dingleberries because it's all liquid and then it clumps up and it forms.
Sticks to it.
And it sticks to it and then it's hot out and you're sweating and it's the most foulest smell I've ever smelled of myself.
Or you wipe 1,000 times and by the end of it you're just ripping hairs out and
You
you're
all
just
need
in
to
so
shave
much
your ass.
No, see that's the problem though. Is
can't,
you can't. You can't because it prevents the chafing.
Yeah.
You don't want the chafing of the butt crack. The hair creates that friction glide and you need the friction glide between the nice booties.
I'm glad that Bob Bunyan said it. 'Cause I shave my ass sometimes to prevent that.
Man, I've tried.
Do you ever get like rash?
I've tried. I wanna wax it because like how the fuck are you like shaving? Or are you like
your leg
with
behind your
scissors?
head? What do you do?
It's like finding
scissors.
Where's Waldo. It's like you just gotta.
You just got
I can't believe I'm saying it with my mom on the video.
I know, right?
Oh fuck! I forgot your mom was on here. I'm so
I
sorry,
did not want to
mom.
deliver that, but like,
What are you talking about? New knees.
New
What does that
knees?
mean? New knees.
I think she means you need new friends.
New.
Words are best shit I've read. See, I'm so scared because like if you let it grow back out, I've heard like the little prickly hairs that come from like right after shaving is way worse than anything because they're just rubbing. Because like I got kind of like a fat booty back there, and like if I start getting like friction burns back there, I'm gonna have a bad month.
Then you get a rash and it's all it's game over.
Mom, what are you talking about?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man?
Scroll back up. Are we missing something? I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I
Cameron
hope-
says sadly, Cameron knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Half these people are like, y'all need to shave your ass. The other half is like, I know, I understand.
we feel your
I
pain.
get you.
At least once a week. Okay. Oh my god.
Damn, dude. Like, fuck it. I can't even. We're already this fucking far.
Right.
It's hard to even shave my balls. I'm gonna be real. I've nicked my balls so many times,
Dude.
to the point of bleeding.
Same.
I need to actually invest in something that does not nick your balls.
The lawnmower. Apparently.
I saw the ads, but and when I go to buy it, it's like $60. I'm like, I don't know if I want to invest.
Yeah.
I'd rather just play Russian roulette with bleeding my balls.
Bleeding your balls.
You know?
Oh
It's
my
like
god.
it's like $60 or bloody balls.
Mom, forgive me for saying that.
Right.
I have perfected shaving all that.
What is your secret, man?
You just, after you nick yourself so many times, you just know when to. You just know.
Do you do it with scissors or do you do it with the shaver?
Shaver. Yeah. It's like it's this thing I got from Walmart. I paid like $60 for it.
Do you actually get close to it, or are you like just barely?
I barely nick it.
So if this is the nut sack, it's like that far.
Okay.
It's like
along the.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like that.
Do you do it in like one motion, or you kind of like just?
It takes me like 30 extra minutes to do.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a time, and then after you're done, since you're going like this the whole time, your neck hurts. You're like,
Your leg starts cramping up
It's
too.
a whole-
Yeah,
it's a
it
whole
is.
thing.
It's like I'm like way down here.
What?
oh wait, do you actually do it like that?
Yeah, I have my.
How do you do it?
I'm the toilet seat, and I just kind of like.
Oh, you actually okay? Because I have
Oh,
the
seated.
toilet seat open, so it all just goes in.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
standing up, just bending over, trying to do it. Yeah.
Same, same. So wait, why do you guys shave though? Like, is it like a girl's preference? Is it your preference? Because I trim, I keep it clean, but like I don't go all the way down to like shaving. So like I do like a buzz cut, you know, like I'm down at the top, you know, so like my happy trail's where I want it to be, and like I keep it all like nice and like clean. Like I just don't shave it down because like, you know, you can have a good beard without being clean shaven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Legit, the heavy beard guy comes in. Too risky. Too risky.
My mom said it. My mom said it. I didn't know that.
Oh, his poor mom.
I think I need to like move on. I need to stop talking about this.
Oh my god.
But you know, Mom, I'm a grown man. These are things. We're talking about grown man things.
this is actually pretty bad because like you look at the title of this show and then you're going to skip forward to this part, and I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
It's all good. She knows. It's all good.
It's a
But,
dude's preference. I agree.
It's a
I agree. It is preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like after you nick yourself so many times, you just kind of know when how far you should go and how the space. You just know the space that you need to have. All right,
Scissors guy.
I'm done talking about this.
Scissors.
Okay, yeah, I think scissors guy. Oh, you do scissors?
Yeah, it's way safer.
Man.
Except for one time it wasn't, but you only do that once.
and then you switch.
Yep.
Oh jeez. Okay, let's hold on. What time is it even?
It's 10 o'clock.
All right, we got time for at least one more topic.
No, just drop it on that note. And good night.
Ooh, there is one topic I wanted to rant about.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So I got super excited about HBO Max coming out today, and
It came out today.
It came out today. I'm almost 100% sure it came out today.
Oh, cool.
And you know, because they're having all these DC movies, all these DC, they're having a whole bunch of DC stuff.
Because yeah, Warner Brothers owns HBO, right? Or
Yeah,
vice versa, whatever.
Something like that, yeah. And then a few days before they open their streaming service, they're like, oh, and by the way, we're taking off the DC movies on July 1st. We're not going to have DC movies anymore. So
What?
yeah, like they promised, all their marketing was pretty much all around having the DC rights and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, on July 1st, they're all going to be gone. Just letting you guys know. But enjoy our streaming service anyway. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You think they just kind of slid that in there? It's like, we have to say this. And
Like,
Right.
yeah,
We're
it's
gonna have it
like,
for a little bit.
you got me so excited for all this, and then you saying you're going to take it away. And I don't even know if I want to get it now.
No explanation why? Is it like a rights thing? Or?
You know, I looked more into it, and they supposedly said that they're going to try to switch it up every month, but that you don't market like that, dude. Like, you go 6 months talking about all this, and then all of a sudden, by the way, we're doing this. It's like, bro, that's bad marketing.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's like if fucking Disney put it on and was like, oh, by the way, all the Marvel shit's gone.
Yeah,
So pretty much we're losing Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Teen Titans go to the movies. The Losers is a part of DC.
Is it all DC?
Yeah. It's a Lego Batman movie, Justice League, Jonah Hex, Catwoman, Dawn of Justice, Batman vs. Superman. Like,
Where the fuck's it going? Because
sounds like DC's gearing up to do their own.
But they already do it. They fail.
yeah, they like failed. I mean, they're failing still, but
But they still have it.
they
It's
still
still a
have
thing.
it, but they're canceling a lot of stuff because nobody wants it. But it's like, and they're also
It's funny Blair's not here because he really knows all this.
Yeah.
they're also canceling more regular movies too on July 1st, like American Wedding, Black Klansman, Braveheart, the Meg, Selena, Tropic Thunder. So it's like, so you're just gonna be regular HBO.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like HBO Go.
with Friends, with the show Friends.
And I think Rick and Morty,
And Rick and Morty, it's just like,
which I do like, but it's kind of like,
and they're making a lot of press right now. Like a lot of people are pissed off.
how much is the streaming service?
Oh, I don't
Like
know.
$8 a month or
I
5 or
don't
6
know.
or some shit?
One of you guys look it up.
Yeah, let's see what's in the. Let us know in the comments. Oh, people are still talking about shaving their balls.
Yeah, right.
Brazilian
Brazilian
wax.
wax. I was like,
Yeah, we did switch topics pretty
Man.
fast, guys.
Yeah, we did. I just wanted
that
to
would
get
hurt
that.
so bad. Anyways,
Ultra Instinct.
Oh, I saw that. Ultra Instinct.
Oh no, not Jonah X. Wait, what's Jonah X?
Jonah
Is that a
Hex.
DC thing?
Jonah Hex. Yeah, Jonah Hex. It's $14.99 a month.
no. Yeah, $14.99. Okay.
$14.99.
But it's like still. Only reason I'll probably watch is for Doom Patrol, which is coming out June 25th. Pretty excited for that.
TV show or is it a movie?
TV show.
Okay.
It's like it's got Cyborg and I'll show you the trailer after this.
That's expensive. $14.99.
It is.
Yeah,
When
you
you-
better have everything at that point.
Yeah, when you got Hulu, Netflix, like everything, like most of those are under $10. I think Netflix is the only thing that's not,
Yeah.
or Hulu without ads, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like you can't come in with that, like getting rid of all that,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and then have it $15.
Right.
They better change that shit to like $5.
Exactly. At least $7.99 or
Or
something.
pull
like
some
that.
better stuff in because, like, I don't know. I'm a big proponent of speak with your wallet. So if they're not
Yep.
going to put the stuff back on, don't pay them.
But it might be a good thing, honestly, because like you know how when Disney Plus came out, like people were kind of upset they didn't have that mess stuff, but they're doing okay now. So it might be
Since
a
the
little
quarantine.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Verizon gave everybody like a free year just so people would just kind of like ease into it too.
Yeah.
People were slowly. People were. I'm about to say that fly was like.
Blair's watching for the Justice League remake.
Yeah, people were upset about Disney Plus for a while, but then they started adding like movies in slowly, like bringing in Marvel movies slowly and everything. So now people are really
Yeah.
liking it. The Disney International is still trash.
Ooh.
I bet. I bet it is.
Nordstrom VPN. Switch your VPN to America. You're going to do well.
So
I got ball punions from France, by the way.
Oh, cool.
nice. Nice. Oui. Didn't I say that last night? I did say that.
Well, bonjour.
Well, Bon Jovi.
Bonjour, goddammit.
I have a crepe in my fridge, by the way. I don't know why I said that.
It might get better, it might not, but I'm not happy with the whole DC thing.
The other thing they have to remember with companies like this is once it releases and whether it does well or like horribly, it kind of changes. Like if they're in active negotiations right now about stuff they're going to add, it changes the negotiation platform, which is why sometimes things get added or like taken away right after it gets released. So there's a lot of production stuff that goes on in the background with the negotiations, and like you'll see it with like when you're watching The Toys That Made Us, where it's like, oh, we see your show's not doing too well. It'd be a damn shame if we could just charge you so much more for this because you don't have an option. Marvel.
Marvel.
Sorry, the newest question was DC or Marvel, and I had to instantly switch back to that.
He said DC or Marvel.
Oh. Have to.
I like DC animated movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, like DC animated movies, but if you're going by
Top notch.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean, it's so well done
Yeah,
that like
it
I
is
remember
well done.
people thinking that Aquaman was Marvel because it was the only good DC movie that's been made in the last 10 years. Sorry, besides the Batman trilogy.
I feel like Shazam was like more Marvel. If you guys see Shazam, have you seen it?
Yeah. Shazam was good.
Shazam
Shazam was good.
Marvel vibe to it, and they did awesome. Like they made keep that vibe.
Because it was light. It
Yeah.
was light. Because a lot of the other DC stuff is very dark, which is kind of their vibe.
Yeah.
And it works for them in some aspect, like Joker, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shazam was a good switch up.
Like mix it up a little bit. Like
Yeah.
even Doctor Strange had a little bit of.
More R-rated movies from DC.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
dope.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
Hell yeah.
dope.
Yes.
Like Blair and I have been saying this for so long. DC needs to stop pulling their punches and go dark. They need to like make it where like you leave the theater with like that was a good movie. There was no happy ending there, but that was a good movie. I want DC to go to like that level of superheroes because superheroes, if you think about an actual superhero, it's a lot more like the Dark Knight, like that trilogy where like he's not gonna have a happy ending. What it takes to be the like savior of mankind or even savior of a city is so much weight. And I want a series to kind of like go into that. The closest one doing it right now, I think, is The Boys. Has everyone seen it?
Yeah, I love The Boys.
Yes, right.
Love
But
The
like,
Boys.
like
That's Amazon original, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're Amazon's
Killing
pulling out good shows. Like I haven't seen anything.
I haven't
bad
been on
yet.
Prime Video in a minute, but I know. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, The Boys is so good. Fuck.
Yeah.
The Injustice storyline, definitely. That would be amazing.
Is Doom Patrol gonna be like mature audience sort of thing?
Oh yeah, it's there's blood. They cuss. What's after PG-13? It's like
R.
it's not even R. It's like they're
in
cussing.
between.
There's blood.
Is
Rob,
TVMA.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Teen Titans and Doom Patrol. They're both like Robin says, "Fuck Batman." Like somebody's like, "Where's Batman?" He's like, "Fuck Batman."
Yeah, where they get one F word in the entire movie, and that's what makes it not rated R. Literally, that's the rule. They get one.
Yeah, and there's
You
like
get
sex
one.
in it and stuff like that.
And Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, yeah,
Ooh,
like
who-
Starfire and Robin had sex. Yeah,
Animated series are like they do a live action.
live action.
Oh wow.
What about Beast Boy and Raven?
Beast Boy and Raven? They're getting there. They're getting there.
They'll eventually fuck. We'll get a sex scene soon enough.
But they're
Coming
like,
next season.
But they're like teenagers, so it's like I don't know how they're gonna figure that out. I mean, it could be done.
But is Starfire and Robin teenagers?
No, they're okay. So Robin is like
The actor or the
becoming-
character?
The character. He's like becoming Nightwing. So Nightwing is
okay.
like an adult. Like Starfire and Robin are adults.
Paul Punyan did not like Teen
And,
Titans, by the way.
Yeah, it's they do good. They do good. The show is good, but like they don't know how to end their seasons. Like every final episode is ass. They don't know how to end it at all.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a good show to me, but yeah.
They're played by the fucking 28 years old anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Dick Grayson, he works at the Detroit Police Department or something like that. And yeah, they're adults.
They just cuss, fucking punch every episode.
Right.
That's what we want. Come on,
Yeah.
DC.
Hell yeah.
So they made
Get
The
it
Boys.
together.
Oh, you guys watching King of Staten Island this Friday?
Oh, it's coming out
This Friday?
this Friday. On Netflix, or is it like a movie?
Everything. Oh, not Netflix, but like you can order it for like $10 or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah, like
rent it
straight to
for
video.
20
Yeah.
bucks or some shit.
I'm watching that. I feel like it's my duty to watch that because like
Yeah,
it's got
you're
firefighting. in
firefighter.
it. Yeah, like I feel like I've been feeling guilty. Like every firefighting movie that comes out, I feel like I need to watch it because
Have you seen Fire Chicago or whatever the fuck, that TV show?
I'm trying to start it. I know as soon as I get into it, like I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm.
But no, that looks good.
Yeah.
That was good. And you know, it's based on the true story of him because his dad
Yes.
died in 9/11. His
yeah,
dad was a
it's-
firefighter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like it's
Crazy, right?
It's not
Yeah.
like a true story, but like they're
Yeah,
taking his
yeah.
elements.
Yep.
Because like Judd Apatow was like, he was like, as soon as he heard the story, he's like, I need Pete Davidson. Like I see Pete Davidson doing this. Like I need him for this role. So it's,
Dude, Pete Davidson had a crazy fucking life, man.
yeah.
yeah.
Dating Ariana Grande, fucking everything that happened, getting on SNL.
So like, is he an actual druggie or does he just look like one?
I think he did suffer.
He did stuff.
Suffer through an addiction
But he-
a while ago. But
So like he worked
he's-
through it though, and like he's like,
He's gone to rehab.
Yeah, this is what he
Cool.
said. He doesn't do it that much anymore, but like the reason why you see him get tattoos and everything, because he said that like the feeling of like taking drugs, that like substitutes a feeling for taking drugs. The whole tattoos and getting tattoos and everything.
oh,
Interesting.
yeah, I've heard that like it's almost like I think it's serotonin that gets released in massive amounts because you're taking on pain in small amounts. That like it's a lot like people say tattoos are addicting, and it's not just a saying like, oh, I got one, I want more ink. It's literally the feeling of getting a tattoo is cathartic. Like it releases emotions.
I believe it. Because it was funny because I went to GNC the other day, and there's this guy there, and he was talking about how Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was like, every pump he did was better than sex.
Really?
Can you believe that? And then
Wow.
and then what was funny is the guy was like, and he's like, yeah, I've heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say that, but like I've worked with bodybuilders and they say that too. They get so obsessed with their self-image that when they look at themselves and they do a pump, it's better than sex. At that point, looking at yourself is better than sex.
You guys ever bench 225? Because like that was the first time I orgasmed on a bench.
Feel nothing but pain.
You just look, you're just a hot girl on a bench. You're like, I gotta get this bench.
Oh, that is the thing. Like, it is one of those biggest jokes because I follow a bunch of bodybuilding stuff.
Benches
I
are
used to be a
benches.
bodybuilder. I used to be big. So, but I hate to be a used to be guy, so I'm getting back there. Anyways, girl walks in, attractive girl, like your gym, like Jim Bay, your gym crush walks in.
Jim bait? Is that what you said?
Jim Bay. Yep, Jim Bay. Almost every consistent
Jim
lifter.
Bay. At least a Jim bait.
No. Ooh, don't bait in the gym. Come on, it's a sacred place. Don't do that. No, that's not the right place. I got a first tattoo and hate it. See, I think it's kind of different because there's also like people who hate that feeling of your stomach rising up, and I feel like it's just a different type of person. So you know when you're falling, it's actually your organs, like that weird feeling you get is actually your organs being out of place for a second because there's no gravity on them. Mm-hmm. Some people hate that, and it's a drug for me. Like that's why I want to go skydiving. Is like I'm an adrenaline junkie through and through. So like anything that's like pumping me up or anything like that, like especially like I remember the first time I was like doing a lift and I saw my arm like pop out and I got like the veins and everything. I get that it's better than like I wouldn't say better than sex, but maybe he's not having the best sex. I mean, so who knows there? But I do get that it's like a euphoric feeling. So like all that stuff that involves like too much blood flow and all that, like I love it. I'm a full on adrenaline junkie, which is why I want to do my own stunts because if I get paid to jump off of buildings in like a safe pillow. Whoa.
Which kind of funny because like steroids and stuff, it fucks up your manhood. So the more you build up and you like love yourself, the more it like fucks up your dick. So it's like, but at that point, it's like if it's better than sex, then like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just your testicles. You know, it's the same. But no, the biggest joke I always had with like the lifting buddies was as soon as you do steroids, it doesn't count anymore because I found out recently, but my dad always told me growing up that one of his high school friends died of a heart attack. And he'd always told me it was because of roids. I found out recently he was just saying that so I wouldn't do roids. But it worked. Because it really does it messes people up and it kills them. So minus 15 damage. I just keep randomly looking over and reading stuff in the middle of stuff and like trying to be serious and then laughing and then going back to like what I was talking about. Sorry.
I think my mom is like 30 minutes behind. So she's like comedy. She's like a comedy. Yes, she's on a middle school story right now. So
Shit. That's why. Is there because I'm kind of watching our stream right there. I know there's like a lag. There's a 10-second lag, but I don't know if there's that long of a lag.
Because she was talking about getting knees replaced.
Yeah, when you log on, it takes you like. Oh, never mind.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she's like 30
I just
minutes
did that. Sorry. Eli, would you ever beef up? Would you ever get super jacked? What's your goal if you were to get like fucking ripped?
You see how Wiz Khalifa is right now?
Oh, let me pull him up.
I don't want to get super jacked, but he's like, I want to be slim jacked.
Wiz Khalifa right now?
Yeah.
So like the way I usually put it for people who don't know like what Wiz Khalifa looks like right now is kind of like a either like a Jet Li or a Bruce Lee build, like that very very fit, but it's not big. It's just lean muscle mass.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull up a picture. Well,
then I have to do it through me. I'm sorry.
Oh, here's a perfect picture right there.
Yeah.
On Google.
Like, we'll bring it up for the rest of you here soon.
I put up Wiz Khalifa body and then I searched the images.
Because like I remember seeing him back in the day, and I was kind of like, I really like that he's gotten into fitness because I just have a certain level of respect to someone who has that discipline over their body. Mm-hmm. Like Socrates puts it as, it is a travesty for man to reach old age without seeing the peak of which his body is capable.
Damn.
And that is a philosopher that was a jack dude. So like, I think it's a really important part of life. Like I stand by it. Plus I want to be a trainer, so I like need to be big enough. But
yeah, I can't be like super big, but like being slim, muscular. Yeah,
you filled in those tattoos too.
Yeah, you see that? That's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. I don't want to be too big. Just want to be like that.
That's the hottest body, to be honest. Paul Bunyan said.
Yeah. I mean, like seriously, especially like it makes his tattoos look better. Those are masterpiece tattoos. If you ever like zoom in on them, clearly he paid plenty of good money to make sure that all of those look amazing
and all flowed together too. Yeah.
Now you put that on a good physique, and like that is where I think the human body can be a canvas for artwork, and like you can make the canvas more attractive too. So, what about you? What's your ideal?
Nope.
Honestly, getting a little personal here, but like I just fucking I've dealt with a lot of stuff with my throat, and like just eating is hard, and then that's why I was working there 2 years ago. I was big on working out, and I was actually pretty like I was getting like a 6-pack and stuff, and actually like building up. Actually had like pecs and things, and then I couldn't swallow stuff anymore. I'm like a very not triggered is the word, what's something traumatized by like swallowing things, and then just like even overeating is like it's hard, and that's what you have to do to like bulk up, and I'm like slowly starting now to kind of get like that. So as much as I want to, I'm honestly just happy that I can eat normal again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those things where it's like if I want to beef up, I don't think it'll happen again, but I just don't want to overdo it to the point where like I just like my throat can't take it, or it gets irritated, and then I'm like back to square one. So I'm just taking it easy so I can live without it. But if this all didn't happen, my goal would be, try to think of a good example.
So I guess
I can't think of a good example.
So I think the 3 ways I always put it is, if you're going to be into fitness, you fall into one of these 3 categories. Powerlifter, which is big but with a gut on it, is just about putting up big weight. So that's like with the strongest man in the world. The Mountain from Game of Thrones is a powerlifter.
Mm-hmm.
Bodybuilder is big abs, and then lean is Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, Wiz Khalifa. Okay, yeah, lean.
Yeah,
lean will probably be the biggest one.
And some of my fire captains told me, because I told them I wanted to bulk up, they looked at me and was like, man, you got to eat like 5 times a day. You need like at least over 3,000 calories a day. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Eat more, say less.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro. But I try. I really do try.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get a little lazy.
You got protein shakes?
I do. Yeah, I got some protein
shakes.
shakes.
You fill it up. The protein.
Then we got this thing. I do. It's just I'm a little lazy right now. I got all the time in the world now, so.
No, I feel you. Because I had a system where I'd wake up, eat, drink a protein shake, have 2 eggs, and then go to work with oatmeal, and then after work come back or do the workout with creatine, and then drink the isolate protein, and then come home, eat more eggs with some chicken, and then eat cottage cheese because it all had like the protein in it.
Cheese.
That was
Gross.
Cottage cheese has that casein protein.
Yeah, it's good, man.
That's like when you sleep, that's apparently the protein you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now I'm just like, I'm chilling out on eat a shit ton of stuff.
Hey, thank you guys for like staying tuned too.
Yeah,
I know we've been on for a while.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all the input too. Like, I've been very active, and I know we haven't like read off all the stuff, but like you guys have got me to laugh middle like of a serious thing. So like when you see me laughing, even though he's talking about something serious, it's because you assholes are making me laugh. I appreciate you.
It's hard, man. Put it there.
Put it there. See, I hate like peanut butter is so good for bodybuilders, and I hate peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the texture of it. It's just not good.
Do you like cottage cheese though?
I tolerate it.
Oh, you tolerate? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love cottage cheese. Put some pepper on that shit.
Yeah.
I need to taste it again because the first
Cottage
time I
cheese?
had it, I was like in elementary, and I was like, it was gross.
Yeah. You can't fucking have it at school.
Yeah.
My dad was big on cottage cheese, so that's where I had it. He always had it like good, but like if you get that shit from like the salad bar and it's all warm and shit, no.
Yeah.
I also just soak mine in pepper. Just so much pepper.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right.
Gotta add that taste. Peanut butter makes my tum no bueno, and then makes you shit in public. Full circle.
Oh, and we're there.
All right, guys. That's pretty much it for the show. Eli, do you got your plugs? Do your plugs.
Oh, follow me on
TikTok.
everything, Awesome Ed. TikTok, Awesome Ed. YouTube, Awesome Ed.
Starting a vlog.
And it's starting some vlogs. And Instagram, Awesome Ed. And I'll do that.
Hit him up. Look at him.
Hit me
and
up.
he's gonna probably be here next week too. So
I
you
ain't got
see him
nothing
again.
else to do. Like, I ain't acting right now, so.
So that's where you find out most of the stuff. All right. How about you, Derek? We're gonna find you.
I'm on Instagram at Different Derek, which I didn't realize how relevant that'd be because I need to differentiate myself from Chauvin. So Different Derek on Instagram.
And you're also doing Twitch stuff too, right? You're streaming.
I am doing Twitch, but I haven't like switched my brand over to an actual name I'm going to follow right now. So I'm still kind of doing mostly like trials with a pseudonym right now, and it's just I won't even release the pseudonym because I'm not quite prepared to go full with that yet. And once I'm ready for that, I'll like start a branding behind it, and that'll be linked all through my Instagram. So
there you go. So don't follow him just yet.
Just yet. On Instagram, yes. Twitch, don't worry about it.
Yes, yes. And then, guys, I'm sorry for us for on the air with Joe and Blair, our channel YouTube. We're kind of taking a quick break from the Dirty Boy series, the skits and stuff, but we're bringing it kind of all back soon.
Yes, sir.
Bringing more content.
Yes,
I
sir.
kind of started going back to work, so it's been a little weird, and I had a procedure and stuff. So like, you know, everything's kind of crazy right now. But more content is coming. We're doing this again. What do they fucking say? Do tell us, man. I'll be there for your Twitch. Oh, yeah, Paul Bunyan wants to watch you, man.
Okay, right now it's under Kreznov, Kreznov. Like I said, I made that like 10 years ago just to support someone else. So just been using to test.
We'll put it in the chat in a second.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. Blair will be back. I don't know. He didn't even fucking say a date. Maybe next week. Maybe not.
Maybe never. Maybe it wasn't lying.
Maybe never on the air with Joe and friends.
He'll be
That's
here.
what this will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow.
Yeah.
We're not on Mixer anymore. I don't know why that's still up there. But peace.
Later.
Bye.